Hello and welcome to all you Capricorns. This is your yearly forecast for 2016 in a nutshell. But the monthlies are of course more in detail, but this is now the good thing about these videos, I think, is that it shows the bigger picture. And where are the Capricorns heading at in 2016? I think a lot of cleaning up in order to express what you are all about. That's in a nutshell for, I think, in 2016. Also a lot of learning, a lot of expansion when it comes to the mind. Let's start with Pluto. Pluto is for a long time in Capricorn, so some of you who've got planets between, let's say, 14 up until 16, 17 degrees of Capricorn, you will feel this Pluto energy, which is all about, I want to see the authentic you, I want to see your potential, bring it up here. This is the energy. And the amazing thing, let's start with the good news, of 2016 is that Pluto is trining Jupiter 2 times. It once happened last year around the 12th of October, but now it's throughout the whole year and of 2016, and 2 peaks during March and June. So why is this so good for you? Because you are an earth sign, and Jupiter is in Virgo, another earth sign, and Pluto is in Capricorn, which is you, which is so it means when those 2 planets come in an easy energy together, which is the case, it's all about strong expansion, strong growth, confidence, and normally Capricorns are seen as very confident, and that is because they tend to work so hard to achieve something in life, whether that is something big or small, it doesn't matter. And now with Pluto in your sign and with Jupiter in the 9th house there of what is the 9th house? It's basically, it's the house of the higher mind. It's the house of learning. It's the house of traveling. It's the house of public relations. It's the house of having a connection with the divine. So this means expansion when it comes to your mind, and it's going to make you stronger. It's going to give you strong confidence, and it can also mean, especially if you work in a certain area where there has to be a lot of communication there, your speech, your opinions will be heard, and people will even be influenced by it. So take that responsibility of having good ideas, having good thoughts, and don't try to influence, but try to empower and try to make other people stronger, because you will have that ability in 2016. So also strong connections with people from abroad is possible with that configuration. Now, what else? So Pluto is still in your sign. That can cause only a bit of, not a bit, but that can cause stress when you resist it. And so if you resist being real, if you resist being not who you really want to be, you will have more problems with it. If you're trying to be real, if you're trying to be very authentic, it won't be that difficult. Now Uranus is still in your 4th house, so it's also a challenging aspect to have, or challenging transit to have there, because you also have Uranus squaring up to your sign. Especially for those of you who've got planets between, let's say, 17, 18, 19 up until 22 degrees of Capricorn, you will feel this the most. And this is about, you want to liberate yourself. You want to liberate yourself in your home life. You want your home life being a bit more less dull. That can mean that you're doing things at home, work at home maybe, that is very unusual. When I had Uranus in my 4th house, and it still is, I think. I don't look a lot at my own chart, but it still is. I started to work from home doing astrology. And so, but it can also mean that you're going to move maybe, or renovate. All these things are a bit more possible. So don't rely too much on security from home and family. You will have to, if you don't resist that, again, this will not be too hard for you. Now, the big thing of the year is, of course, what's happening in mutable signs. But you as a Capricorn won't feel that so drastically, so it's not so important for you. I do mention, and what I do mention is that there is this need for all of us to be realistic and at the same time to be idealistic. Now, for Capricorns, most of you who have a Capricorn sun or a Capricorn rising or a moon in Capricorn will understand Saturn, will understand that Saturn, your ruler, by the way, is restructuring that 12th house. Saturn in the 12th is, I find, very interesting to clean up, to say, look, this is not what I need anymore in my life. I want to change my habits, actually. So it's a good time for that. It's a preparing time, you could say. Saturn is you, so it also shows, especially if you have an ascendant in Capricorn, then Saturn is in that 12th house of yours. So it's like a preparing of something. And within a year or two, you will find that you can start brand new. But now is more the preparing time, tying up loose ends, also the patterns that are not working for you anymore. Just it's on an inner level. People are not seeing this. It's on an inner level. Or you could just simply write behind the scenes, writing a book, for instance, or whatever, or a blog. But doing these things all behind the scenes and contemplating, resting as well. So this is very interesting for you because you are someone who knows that if you work hard, step by step, you will get there. But at the same time, there is the Neptune and the Jupiter energy, which is all about broadening, opening your heart, broadening. And it's in your communication. So don't be too strict and don't be too harsh in your communication. Try to be gentle. That is Neptune in your 3rd house. Try to be understanding. Try to be compassionate. Chiron in your 3rd house. And Jupiter in your 9th. Try to learn something new. Try to expand. Learn astrology. Learn philosophy. Learn something that is of the higher mind. Doesn't matter what. Or travel. Or explore. Try to look at different views. Try to look at different ideas. So this is all with Jupiter in your 9th house together with the North Node. So that 9th house, which I talked about, which is expansion on a level of understanding actually, with the North Node, it's like a double whammy. It means, look, Capricorns, do pay some attention. If you do it already, great. If you don't do that, try to do it a bit more because you're going to benefit extremely well by emphasizing that 9th house and a bit less on the it's also about trusting that all has a divine, all is one, and being a bit less how would you say, in your thinking process, trying to follow your intuition. That's it, which is not always an easy thing for Capricorns, but anyway, maybe you are saying, hey, I'm very intuitive there. What else? Last but not least, the little asteroid that is all about commitment, fairness, and you do like that, is for almost the whole year, except from November to December, but for that, the whole year practically, it's in your 11th house. So, and that's the house of friends, and that's the house of aspirations. So you're making maybe stronger commitments to friends, and that will give you a more, on a social level, some results later on. Or maybe your aspirations, your objectives for the future are more solid because it's in Scorpio. And this is really, really good for you because you Capricorns need to have plan for the future so you can work towards that, the symbolism of the goat on the mountain, and it's climbing very slowly but surely to the top. And Capricorns are getting better by getting older, actually. So it's the wisdom of the Capricorn. And this is through very committed less is more objectives. So for the future. So that's it in a nutshell. I wish you all the best, you Capricorns. Thank you so much for all your Capricorns who've supported me in 2015. I really do have a warm heart for all of you. Keep on doing that, by the way, so I can keep on doing these. And wish you a great year. Bye-bye.